Hey guys, and welcome back to the 4 steps to starting your own short-term rental operations series. Step 3 is the most important step by far, and that is pitching the landlord and closing the deal as far as acquiring the property to start your business. What's going on, guys? My name is Robert. In this video, I want to give you guys the most transparent approach to pitching a landlord and making sure that everything goes well and that you end up with the property at the end of the day. Because without the property, you won't be able to start generating cash flow. So once you've completed everything I've mentioned in my previous videos, you're now ready to start by going to the landlord and setting up a meeting face-to-face. So you've contacted them, you've set up the meeting, and you're ready to meet them and let them know what you're all about. So from my experience, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, this is kind of a very nerve-wracking part for me. I remember the first couple meetings, I was always like really nervous before I stepped into the building. I was always shaking, I was just going over what I was gonna say. And it just so happens that it's a rinse and repeat process. You just have to do it until you get good at it. And it may take you a few landlords before you finally get one that's going to agree on allowing you to use his property. I've seen a comment before in my comment section saying that very few landlords will allow this to happen, and I disagree with that. I just think you have to find the right one. I mean, going through landlords is not a big deal because there's availability out there. There's a lot of properties on the market, and therefore you shouldn't have fear. And if you do want to start just by practicing, set up a meeting, just go to the house and just send it and see what happens. The best way to get over this roadblock is to actually just go out and do it. I mentioned this a lot in my other videos in the past. Just taking action is the most important step, and your pitch has to be something that provides value. You can't just be over there asking him for a huge demand and asking this huge request without bringing anything to the table, without giving anything in return. And most landlords will be happy to allow you to use their property simply because you'll promise to keep it in for sale condition. You'll promise to keep it in tip-top shape year round. That is a really big selling point for a lot of landlords. I've said this if you guys have watched the video I made on an interview with one of my good friends. That is really probably the biggest selling point for a lot of landlords. They want a quality tenant. They want something that they can rely on. And just let them know that you have insurance from Airbnb, you get your own renter's insurance, and you also have the landlord's insurance. So the house and the property that you're using for your business is insured 3 ways, and if anything goes wrong, it'll get covered. That's another selling point. Just a lot of landlords are curious about, what if something happens to my property with one of your Airbnb guests? Just let them know that, like I said before, it's insured 3 ways. From my experience, Airbnb guests are extremely respectful of the property because they're on a rating system as well. The same way that a host wants a really good review, the guest wants a really good review as well. That'll help them book places in the future, and it'll help them overall have a great profile on Airbnb. So one way of building value, like I said, is letting him know that you're going to keep his property in tip-top shape. And another thing is letting him know that it's insured 3 ways at the end of the day. This is the last straw. If you pitch him, and he doesn't seem to be catching on to it, you can also offer him a percentage of the revenue from your business. This is by far the ultimate selling point for every landlord. If you offer them a percentage of your revenue, which will be well over $1,000 to $2,000 a month, depending on where you're at, it could be $6,000, it could be $7,000. If you offer him a percentage of that revenue, you'll definitely sell him right then and there. Once you have more properties, you can use social proof from your other landlords and say, hey, these guys are doing it, it's working just fine for them. And give them a call, let them know that I pitched you and whatnot, and they'll end up figuring everything out. That is something that you just really can't overthink too much. You just have to do it, and it's a numbers game. The more landlords you talk to, obviously one of them is going to be willing to work with you. Once again, don't get discouraged if you don't end up closing the first couple landlords you talk to. Just go through the process. I'm being completely honest with you guys. It may take you a few landlords, it may take you a few tries, and there's nothing special to it. It's just a matter of finding one who understands Airbnb, who understands what the business model is. There's no point of overthinking it. There's no point of not taking action, because the faster you take action, the faster you're going to see results, and the faster you're going to be able to scale your business. So guys, thank you once again for staying tuned for this series. I really hope you guys are enjoying them so far. Leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite tip or what your favorite piece of advice was up to this point. And if you guys are more excited to see more of this stuff coming forward, just let me know. I could make more in-depth videos talking about like the LLC process. I can talk about certain aspects of the business that could be overlooked a lot of the times by beginners. And let me know your thoughts down below. Like I said, I'm currently on my way to Bali as you guys are watching this video. When I was like 1, my family went on a trip back to my home country, which is Romania. And that's the only time that I've ever left the country. So this is my first time leaving the country as a fully conscious, fully aware adult. And I'm really excited. And I just hope you guys are enjoying this content. With that being said, guys, I will see you guys all in the next one.